kila kama record for
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is yet another beautiful Saturday morning. It's rather chilly here in Nairobi, but we are glad that you have joined us. And this morning, we have yet another game in the second day of the BITOK International Volleyball Tournament right here from the NYAYO Indoor Gymnasium. And it's Prisons Nairobi versus AP Kenya. My name is Emmanuel Yegon, and today, of course, I have my colleague
Lawrence Bosire. Great to be back, Emmanuel.
You are welcome. I was wondering where you were yesterday.
Thank you. There were matters arising. Let's just say that.
Yeah, karibu sana. And yes, we have quite a lot of action lined up for the day. And yes, it's Prisons Nairobi versus the administration police side. Remember, AP Kenya yesterday played with Trailblazers Volleyball Club, and that match ended in a 3-1 win for the TVC side. So just in a bit, we are going to start off this match. Remember, it is coming to you live courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports, and we are going to bring all this action to you at the comfort of your home or wherever you're watching this. So yeah, sit back, enjoy, and we'll get back to you shortly.
Sasa ninabao kwa sana. Kama ile sasa.
Well, a steady start here at NYAYO National Stadium, a match between Nairobi Prisons and AP Kenya. Not much of any of the teams showing they've come for war, if you ask me. And could be because both teams are in the forces, don't you think?
Too early to say. But well, we've seen AP Kenya perform really well in the previous meetings. So we just wait and see how this turns out. Of course, right now there's just 1 point between the two teams, with AP Kenya still leading. And that is player number 17 with jersey number 17, Cosmas Store for AP. And of course, his tosser there, Edward Wekesa, coming in handy with that toss there. We saw yesterday they did quite a number of changes, this AP Kenya side, when they were playing with Trailblazers, with most of the part being played by Kipto, the young tosser for AP. So let's wait and see if that is going to be the same thing. Of course, that's Kennedy, I think, Mwendwa
center player
for Nairobi Prisons. And again, for AP Kenya, that is Cosmas Store. The blocking defense there for Prisons Nairobi are yet to find a way of containing him.
Kennedy Mwendwa and Brian Barasa trying to up their game, considering they have a long history in volleyball.
Yeah.
Brian Barasa being the son of the now head coach Kenya Prisons ladies team.
Yes.
So he has quite some shoes to fit in, given the history of his father's heyday when he was a center player for also Kenya Prisons Kakamega. A very rich history there.
And of course, like you say, those are huge shoes to fill. That is Amon Kipchirchir for AP Kenya.
Amon Kipchirchir
going
seems to be taking in the shoes for Mwema. Mwema, who is away, we send condolences to his family.
Yeah.
But he's really being missed on court by his teammates, given his performance in the last leg.
Yeah. And he had quite a number of fans, Mwema. And even I think some of them were asking in the match between AP Kenya and Trailblazers yesterday. And I think that is when we learned about the situation at home. And like you've said, we wish them strength and God's grace during these hard times.
Yes.
But Rasa there, of course, playing that pipe.
Matiko right
and
there.
yes, of course, Matiko does not disappoint. His setter there.
So Nairobi Prisons still trailing, 2 points behind. Could be costly because you never want your opponent to be ahead of you, even by a score. So again, we say that we're giving them time to recover, but clearly it's not going to work if you let them lead for so long. Gaining another point.
Yeah, well done Kipchirchir there for AP Kenya, playing that ball out of court. And talking about that gap, yesterday in their match with TVC, AP Kenya, there was just a constant 2-point gap and quite a number of errors in service, or even in block defense, or even in the backcourt. No one was picking those easy balls, and it cost them those 3 points. So let's wait and see if they can maintain that gap or even widen it. So you see it's still just 2 points between the two sides. Wekesa there with the service. Barasa tries to play that, and of course he gets that point through his colleague Henry Taban. Yeah. Libero there for the administration police side, and also the captain Kelvin Koech could not manage to bring that ball back up. And again, Amon Kipchirchir.
Another blockout, quite a smart move. Most players
I think he
tend to use that to get quick points.
Really is putting quite some energy behind that ball, Amon. And that was quite an easy touch out. Goes there with the service. Baraza plays again with Taban, and of course, that is another point for the Prisons Nairobi side, where Kesa tried to salvage that, but it was, I guess, too hot to handle.
Too difficult to handle. Taban for service, and let's see whether they close this 1 point gap. Seems to be very elusive again, a 2 point gap. A point for AP
When
Kenya.
there was left alone with that blocking defense, and I think it was too hot again. Kelvin Kipkoech there for AP Kenya. Of course, he goes to serve. Baraza with that set, and
tried to dodge and unlucky. So
Vincent Kirwa.
A good combination block between Mwendwa Kennedy and
Vincent
Kirwa from Nairobi Prisons. That gains them another point. Could it be a formula or a tactic that AP Kenya is using, maintaining a 2 point lead?
Well, everyone, I think, is taking advantage of the errors that the other side is making. We are really yet to see that stiff competition, and of course it will be evident if that gap continues to widen. But like you said, it's back to that 2 point lead for the AP side because of that touch out.
The AP side, wing attackers capitalizing on the block-out system of play, trying to kill the ball as fast as possible. That in a way saves them energy and time, if you ask me, because now you hit that ball on the block and it's outside, you get an immediate point, no more playing time, the rally is dead.
You can see the confusion there. Talking about rallies, we saw quite some beautiful rallies yesterday.
Oh, really?
Really beautiful rallies between these AP Kenya side and Trailblazers. Really beautiful rallies on display yesterday. We are yet to see any of that here. Well done, guys. They're hesitating to take that swing. Libero setting that ball.
And it's an easy goal for
Cosmas
Nairobi. Let's see whether they kill it. It's an outside attack. It's an outside attack.
That ball goes too far away from where it's supposed to be. That, of course, is James Matiko.
James Matiko
for Nairobi Prisons. Of course, you can see the coach there having a conversation with Amon Kipchirchir.
Trying to figure out
head coach Francis Nguma for the AP Kenya side. According to the scores there, it's 13-14.
Yes, 13-14.
Yeah. So that gap continues to... they're yet to catch up, really. Prisons, Kenya.
Is there probably an issue with the rotation or something?
Yeah, it looks like Kipto is coming on at any time from now. Daniel Kipto for AP Kenya.
AP Kenya.
Definitely that change is going to happen. It's going to happen now. I think he'll be coming in for Dominic Kipkoech, or it's just a change that has happened there. Poorly received again by the Prisons Nairobi, that is Henry Taban. That poor reception, and of course Barasa tries to salvage it, but it fails to cross the net. Back to the 2 points that you're talking about, Florence.
2 points ahead, maintaining the lead. And powerful attack.
Oh,
right
wow,
there.
that is Vincent
Kirwa.
Kirwa there for AP Kenya. Feeling elated about the fact that he's been able to outdo that blocking defense there, and of course he goes to serve.
A very important move is for them to break that tie, whether take the lead or it could turn. The 15 mark point is very crucial and vital, because for most players, most teams
that jump toes, Amon Kipchirchir. Ball is still in play. Amon goes in hard.
And Matiko
Makes it look
fails
easy.
He
That
does
guy.
make it look easy.
Yeah. The first one, of course, had a touch and it was still picked up. But the second one, he decides it's enough.
It's enough. I need to kill it. Low turnout at NYAYO National Stadium, considering it's a public holiday. Could
No, I think it is because of the other match.
Oh, yes.
Quite a number of people have actually left to go and watch GSU play Prisons Kenya at the
major
Ulinzi
match.
complex.
Yes, very important match, that one.
And also, yeah, we will do our best also to keep you updated in as far as that match is going. And also from the ladies' side in Kasarani, the first match was played between KCB and Kenya Prisons, and it seems KCB went back home after the league leg and worked on the errors that they had.
They went back to the drawing board, decided
Because they
this
have really hammered
Kenya
the Prisons,
Prisons,
Kenya's
yes.
side.
lost 3-0.
Just the same 3-0 that they were given.
I think it was not much of a thriller as expected and anticipated by most fans,
Yeah.
considering the results in the league matches.
Yes,
Probably
yes. I
not
think
a
people
good
actually,
day for Kenya Prisons.
it's not a good day for Kenya Prisons, but they still have a chance at. So they were looking for the position 1 and 2 in their pool, because that was still the pool stage. And so the next match will be between Kenya Prisons and Nairobi Prisons. And what is going on
Literally
right now
a
is
sister.
Pipeline and DCI. So again,
That's
we'll
also
keep
a
you
very good
posted
match,
in as far as that
considering
is concerned.
how
Of course, the
DCI
semi-finals therefore mean that Kenya Prisons will be playing Kenya Pipeline. So you
Yes,
expect that
yes,
tomorrow that will be quite
another major match.
a match there for those two sides.
Brian
and-
Baraza fails to contain that ball, or is it inside? Seems to be a bit
Seems as though
aggressive.
They
For
have
him,
actually, that ball did not
An
actually cross.
attempt for a combination block between Brian Baraza and Kennedy Mwendwa.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
first
it's
time
a
they
point
actually
for them again, a
Yes.
tie, 16-16.
16 all now.
15 mark, very important. 15-point mark, very important. Let's see, the block
Well
seems
done
to
there.
be sealing quite well. Unfortunately, again, they're using the tactic of attacking the ball,
Yes, Cosma store there
ensuring it to
for
it's going
AP
to get
Kenya, and Daniel Kipto goes to serve. At this point now, you want to minimize errors, whichever side of the net you are at.
with the less than 10 points
Yes.
to the finish mark.
And
you
of course,
don't
that is an
want-
error for for AP, and so it means that everyone is at 17.
17-17, the captain Brian Baraza goes to serve for Kenya Nairobi Prisons. Let's see how that goes. Good reception by AP. Kirwa fails to receive that ball. Another point for AP Kenya. Will they maintain the lead? Let's wait and see. First set is very important in every start of the match. It basically sets the tone for the remaining sets that are to be played. It's either going to build you or work negatively on the momentum of the team. Nairobi Prisons get another point through Kennedy Mwendwa. Very smart attempt there. And it's a service, and it goes out. Another point. Finally, Nairobi Prisons taking the lead. Hopefully, we will see a thriller match this morning. It's a timeout. The coach, Francis Mbuma, calling a timeout, trying to figure out why things are going the way they are. Been leading from the beginning, and all of a sudden Nairobi seems to be coming back. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the BITOK International Tournament. The events are happening in Langata Barracks, NYAYO National Stadium for the men's side, and for the ladies' side, you can catch the action at Kasarani Indoor Arena. Currently playing the final matches of the group stages, slowly gearing on to quarters tomorrow is going to be the highlight of the event, to the semis and finals. Who's going to take this trophy? Good attempt by Kimwele. Unfortunately, there was a net touch. A net touch. No. It's a point for Nairobi Prisons. Again, the 2-point lead, but this time round, it's literally the opposite.
Looks like the tables are turning here. Amon Kipchirchir with that reception. Daniel Kimboy goes for it. And of course, that tactic keeps working for the AP Kenya side. It is Cosmas Store. I think what he has learned is that the blocks are good, so what you want to do is put quite some power behind that ball.
And
it's
save a lot
sending
of
it out.
energy in the process.
Yeah,
The longer they rally, the more tiring the match becomes.
exactly.
And
So-
men are not known for long rallies. The kind of agility and aggressiveness in the men's competitions compared to the ladies'
Yeah.
side. Another
Again,
service
that is
and
another
error,
by Elvis Kipto of AP Kenya.
and he
you
walks
can
out.
see
Kennedy Mwenda going for service. Will they maintain this lead? They've already gone through the 20-point mark, looking for 4 points to finish this.
Yeah, they look composed today and, relaxed, poised to just finish this Prisons Nairobi.
Bit of confusion there. And it's a point. Osman Stowe being very smart
having a look
there.
at those gaps.
Nairobi
those
Prisons did not see
spaces.
that coming.
Mwendwa could not pick it.
Probably
Back
because
to-
they expected a dodge
Yeah.
and they were proven wrong. And again, 1 point advantage for AP Kenya. The TED talk from Francis Buma seems to have changed a bit. It's a double touch. That ball rolled off the libero's hands, and that is considered double touch, and it's a point for AP Kenya, equalizing at 21 all. Who is going to take this set, a very crucial set, like we said. Brian Baraza trying to split the blocks, and Matiko does not disappoint. He gets him the much needed point. A lot of tension gearing on to the end of this set. Both teams realizing the importance of getting a bit aggressive if they really want to take this set. Matiko serving for Nairobi Prisons. Daniel Kipto, and it's a block out again. Nairobi Prison doesn't seem to have realized that this is a tactic that AP Kenya is using against them. Those blocks need to be solid, and the backward defense even more stronger.
Again, it is Cosmas there using the hands of Vincent Kirwa, yeah?
Yes, Vincent Kirwa. And he serves
Well,
out.
and he goes to serve out, and again, Prisons Nairobi go 1 point ahead.
2 points short of finishing this set.
Man, these errors that they keep making in service, AP Kenya, it seems to, it's going to cost them again today.
It is. It might just cost them if they don't recover from this. Just a point behind Nairobi Prisons, they still have some grace period. And
of
Kirwa
course.
fails to pick it. Clearly, they've decided if we cannot do it from services, we can as well do it from our attacks.
Yeah, there's an issue there with that blocking defense there. Barasa and Nixon keep Koge failing to perform that duty well. And it's 23 all. At this crucial time, you do not want to make those errors.
You certainly do not want to make this errors. Julius
Vincent picks it
Njuguna
up.
comes in.
When Kip Koge goes for it. And Amon is stopped in his tracks.
Actually, the ball did not go through.
That ball did not go over the other side of the net.
And Prisons bring in
Nairobi,
Boniface
set
Kipruto
point.
for service. Seems like the coach Saul Wafula believes in services from Kipruto Boniface, and just in time for AP coach Francis Guma calling
has to
another
think about-
timeout. Like, boys, you can do this.
Yeah.
Just a point ahead. We can actually do this. Waiting to see whether this actually, they have an advantage in this case with a set point for Nairobi Prisons, having being the team that is going to receive the ball. They have a chance to get an immediate point since they are the team that is receiving the ball. Another crucial thing that we've realized in this match is that the blocks for Nairobi Prisons haven't been quite solid through the match. Let's see whether they're going to use that to get a point, equalize, then the points are going to move to 26. Always important to note that a team, in order for a team to take a set, they have to win the set by a 2-point margin. Boniface Kipruto serving for Nairobi Prisons. Well received. And Matiko attempts to receive it. Let's see whether a chance ball for AP. Will they use it? And it's a set for Nairobi Prisons. They've been trailing from the beginning, and clearly they woke up quite literally sometime during the set, and it's proven good for them. Seems that both teams are equal in strength, considering the set points 25-23. Let's see how the second set goes. This is the Paul BITOK International Tournament involving both men and women teams in the Kenya Volleyball Federation's teams. Most of these teams participating in the Kenyan League. Sol Masaba talking to Taban, trying to make him understand that you need to step up, need to bring me more points. A left attacker, very powerful left attacker, but seems not to be on form today. The events are happening at, for women, you can catch the action at the Kasarani International Stadium. For men, there are two bases, that is the NYAYO National Stadium and Langata Barracks for most of the matches that are happening right now, the final matches of the group championships or group competitions. Then we gear on for the quarters and the much awaited semi-finals and finals.
Yeah, those are the points for this particular match. Of course, Prisons Nairobi have come back from 2 points down throughout the set to win this set. Points from attack is 10 for Prisons Nairobi, 15 for AP Kenya. 2 points from the blocking defense for Prisons Nairobi and none for AP. Service aces, 2 for AP and none for Prisons Nairobi. And for opponent errors, of course, Prisons Nairobi have taken advantage of that with 13 points against AP Kenya's 6. Right about now, we are going to take a short commercial break, but we'll be right back for the second set. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AP Kenya versus Prisons Nairobi, and as it stands, Prisons are leading with 1 set. That is a beautiful finish, really, really beautiful finish there from the AP Kenya side. The Mwendwa there, before he really could blink, that ball was already on the floor. Yeah. Oh, on the floor. So floor.
Oh, flow. I see what you're doing right there. AP seems to have come back strong, having lost the first set.
Well,
literally using the phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Makes you stronger, but Prisons Nairobi are back to the lead again. It's 2-1, I suppose.
Seems to be a 2-1
it's Prisons Nairobi. That's Brian Baraza there with the service.
And he serves out. And
these
AP.
errors are the ones that cost AP that set, because they were leading all through up to the 20th. Actually, yeah, they lost it at around 17. And then AP Kenya went to the lead and they didn't give it away.
Nairobi did not give it away.
Let's see if they are able to maintain. I will just do the same in this second set.
The counterparts in Langata doing wonders. Quite a thriller match from what I see. Well, the first set, GSU against Kenya Prisons, brothers to the now playing Nairobi Prisons, has ended with Kenya Prisons taking the first set at 30-28. Really? 30-28 means that it's quite a closely tied set. And for the first set, it's literally the best team will take it, clearly. Both teams have come bailing for blood. Well, a second, or is it third point for AP Kenya? Again, they're taking an early lead. Let's see whether they're going to maintain the same lead, or it's going to be a repeat of the first set. We don't want that happening. As far as I know, Francis Buma, that will be trouble for the boys. Very powerful attack. Let's see whether Matiko does it. Matiko speaks by AP.
Oh, Baraza goes for it, and that is quite a rally. Matiko there just blinked, and that was all it needed. That is all it took for that point to go back to AP Kenya, and that is quite a wide gap. We haven't seen that in this match so far. And talking about, the match between GSU and Prisons Kenya, yesterday Prisons lost narrowly to KDF because that match ended in a 3-2 win for KDF. So I think Prisons Nairobi really trying to salvage their situation and hopefully proceed to the next level. To hear that it has ended, at the 30 marks, points in the first set, it means that it is really tight. So again, we'll keep you all posted in as far as that is concerned. Again, Daniel Kipto there playing really, really well. Like I said, even in the previous leg, the league leg, Daniel Kipto plays really creatively, and he sort of has to observe the blocking defense of the other team before he actually sets that ball. And you can see it. There's a really big difference between the way he plays and the way Wekesa plays. Of course, Wekesa has a wealth of experience, but for Daniel Kipto, you can see that he is going to be a force to reckon with.
Well, given his position, it's only right that he does that, because the setter is considered as the engine of the team, and we both know without an engine, a car will not move.
Well, this one is running well.
This one is running like a Bugatti, if you ask me. Well,
I'm on keep chir there.
Let's see what the referee says.
You can feel the energy from the coach. There's a net touch.
There's a net touch by Kennedy Mwendwa.
Let's see. Yeah.
And
that
it's a point
is
for
awarded
AP.
to
A comfortable
AP.
lead. 5 points ahead.
Yes.
Well, the set is still very early, and we are waiting to see whether they're going to recover from that. It also dampens your spirit when a team leads by so many points. It really needs a resilient and strong mentally and physically team to recover from these points.
And for a team that showed that they can do that yesterday. At one of in actually the set that they won, I think TVC was leading by about 5 points, but they bridged that and even went ahead to win it at 26 points. So the trick today is whether they can maintain this lead to the very end, win this set.
And it's a point for AP. AP seems to have said, well, we are not joking. We came here for work. We thought you were not as good as you are, and you've clearly shown that you can take this away from us if you're not careful enough. Both teams keen to go to the next round.
Yeah.
And the match here will decide which team goes to the quarters. Probably meeting Equity Bank, who have just won their previous match against Kahawa, actually against Army. And it was a clean sheet win for them, 3-0 against that team, securing a position in the quarterfinals. And
well,
let's
Equity in the afternoon today is meeting Trailblazers. Yeah, that I think is the quarterfinals. Yesterday Equity lost to the Kenya Ports Authority 3-0. Yes, you look shocked. It happened.
It's quite shocking. Quite shocking.
Yeah.
Could it be that both teams are trying to show that they're present, making a point? Second set, as we understand, at Langata Barracks, Prisons takes the second set, 27-25.
Interesting
Again,
development.
Very close margins there. They're trying to lose
development.
to show that they're there and proving a point. GSU has been an arch rival for Prisons for years, very many years, and in most cases GSU has proven to be a bit stronger than Kenya Prisons. Kenya Prisons performing well in the yesteryears, through 2009 through to around 2015. Then GSU Kenya regaining the lead. They are the reigning champions in the just concluded playoffs. So we are waiting. Clearly, that title is at stake, considering how Prisons is playing right now.
Well, that means only one thing, that tomorrow we are going to have really serious games from the quarterfinal stage. I think that is actually quarterfinals. Yeah, that's. So GSU might actually be kicked out of this competition.
Fate in the arrangement of the pools. I would say that is the pool of death, where one team is assured of the finals. Most people are fans, of course, expecting a final that involves GSU and Prisons like it has been for long. But right now we have TBC, we have Kenya Ports Authority, very
also KDF.
strong KDF, very strong. Competitive teams in the league and also in this championship.
Means for the fans tomorrow and everyone who will be watching, there'll be a lot of quite entertaining matches and highly competitive matches, because now GSU is kicked out, and then we have KPA, KDF and Kenya Prisons fighting for the win. It's interesting, but again, like I said, it's not over until it's over.
It is not over until it's over.
Because GSU are used to doing that. Even if they are two sets down, they fight it.
There's always a comeback.
There's always a comeback. So
AP maintaining the lead, 10-7. Prisons seems to have narrowed that gap. Again, anything is possible when it's the game of volleyball.
There, Daniel Kito calls for that. And that is Cosmas Store playing that pipe really beautifully.
Making it 11-7 in favor of AP. Let's see whether they're going to finish this match or set on a high. We might be looking at a 5-set thriller. Anything is possible again. Well, the ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to come to Kasarani Indoor Arena, where the highlight and the high point of this championship is going to happen. Come witness the top teams in the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League battle it out for the bragging rights, so to speak.
Exactly.
As winners of the BITOK International Tournament.
Tomorrow is going to be really, really massive. I've just, come from Kasarani, and I can tell you all the seats are virtually empty. Of course, the ladies are playing there. And if you can see even here the NYAYO indoor gymnasium, it's not quite as it was yesterday because of course there are fans that are watching the GSU versus Kenya Prisons game. But tomorrow Kasarani is going to be packed, and you want to book your space
Come
early.
one, come all. Come one,
You want to
come
get seated
all.
early to ensure that you
Matiko with a
catch
powerful
all the
attack.
action.
And it's
The
strong.
libero was not able to pick that
Matiko
up.
seems to have improved in his service. Very powerful services. A
Yeah.
jump service that, well, if you're not careful enough, it will take you down.
That gap is now
Will
just
take
1
it.
point, and of course AP Kenya with a timeout there.
Well, timeouts are meant to cool down the tempo. Like I said, Matiko is serving really hard services. You want to disrupt that tempo. I don't know whether that will work for AP Kenya. The previous tactic of using touchdowns not working really for them, because Nairobi Prisons seems to have solidified their front court defense, and the backcourt defense also a big improvement there. Also a bit aggressive in this set, and we are seeing the much needed and craved action that we were waiting for during the first set, both teams being a bit careful, and that not working out too well for AP Kenya. Well, Prisons, Nairobi serves, Matiko serving. Let's see whether this timeout is going to break this momentum. He's been serving quite well. And it goes out, it goes out. It worked for AP, it worked for AP. And they brought in the margin to 12-9, 3 points ahead
Now
this
3
time
points,
round.
Daniel
Daniel
Kipto
Kipto
going
going to serve.
It's another net serve.
Another error that you talked about, a lot of careless
These
errors.
avoidable errors are going to cost someone. I do not know who. Cannot say who.
But
But at some point, it will cost them.
It will cost them.
Will cost
Brian
them.
Baraza serving. And
Another
again,
error.
another error from both setters, from both teams.
Yeah,
The engines, you're supposed to
that-
lead from the front. You cannot
they are
afford
making
such
those
errors right now.
again.
Still maintaining a
These
3-point
guys.
lead. AP Kenya, will they lead to the end? Trying to get a 3-man block there. Camping at Matiko's side.
Yeah, because they know the force that he plays that ball with. Poorly received. When
Wendwa
goes for
tries,
it,
and they fail to go for the rebounds, and it's another point. 4-point lead
4
for
points lead for AP Kenya.
AP Kenya.
Baraza they are struggling with that poorly received ball, and you can see their coach there wondering what's happening.
Sol
we
Masaba,
might see
a former
another-
international national team player, and a player for the now playing Kenya Prisons volleyball team men's side.
Men's side, yeah.
Very rich history of being a good player. I hope that comes into play in his position as a tactician for Nairobi Prisons right now. Also showing a good transition of players from playing to being coaches,
Exactly.
within the Prisons department, considering Kenya Prisons has a very big number of teams in the National League. Means that there's opportunity beyond playing. The ball is out.
Goes out. I actually thought that they sort of assumed it quite a lot, and I was it almost looked from this point that that ball was still in court, but
Yes.
it goes out.
Taban serving. And there's a
Able to
rebound.
save it.
It's a chance ball.
Vincent Kirwa with that save there, jumps to block, but it
Some
goes
block
out.
out.
Touch out technique
Touch
coming
out.
back to play. That is Cosmas Store there for AP Kenya.
Cosmas seems to be using that technique quite
Often. Yeah.
often, and it seems to be working for him. As long as you get that point, it doesn't matter how, get that point. I think that is what the coach expects. Give me that point. It's a good
Vincent
service.
picks it. Matiko with that swing, almost hurting his hand. You can see him swinging there. But AP Kenya go back to their 4 points lead. Just have a look at that again.
And the
So
ball is
he
too
swings really,
close
but
to the blocks.
Yeah.
There is no way he would go through those blocks. Good attempt to get a touchdown, but The block seems
Yes,
to be
back
too high
that
for
is
him.
Vincent,
Seems to have been outside. There's no touch out.
Vincent Kirwa. There's no touch out
Kirwa.
actually.
Let's see that again. Was there a touch out? Seems to have been no touch out. Another point for AP Kenya. 17 again, the 5-point leads.
Vincent
Coming
Kirwa with
back.
that. Still goes to him.
Very,
Kitwa could not save that.
nobody
Couldn't have done
anticipated a
anything
dodge.
to save that. Yeah, they had really formed for that blocking defense there. You can see the captain there having a conversation with his teammates as he prepares to pick that service.
Mwendo serving.
Mwendo.
Mwendo serving. And it throws out another careless mistake.
Very expensive mistake.
Very expensive. I hope it doesn't prove
Considering the
costly
fact, you
for
see, when you're leading, you have one set already. You do not want to, because it's, if it goes back to 1-1, it's just literally going back to basics, going back to the start of the game again, trying to fight. But when you have one set already, your work is to
tend to go, get
defend
overconfident.
and just go ahead.
Seems to have been overconfident by taking the first set. They believe that we have an added advantage, and it always seems to be impossible for them to catch up. But when they do, now you get panicking and trying to figure out how to, whatever measures to employ in order to get the set. Well, a timeout for
Prisons,
Nairobi Prisons.
And remember, you can get access to the exclusive collection that we have. These are our sports kits. Just decide on which one you want, and right now we have a discount, a beautiful discount for you. Just order using the number that you're seeing on your screen. If you're at NYAYO Stadium, just come, ask whoever is donning a TVC kit, and you'll be able to be you'll be directed to where you will get one for you and your loved ones. You can also get one for, tomorrow at Kasarani, because that's where we'll be at. So just be sure to have a conversation. Reach out to any of the Trailblazers Volleyball Club staff, or even just ask the players and they'll be able to direct you. So it's 6 points here in favor of AP Kenya. They are leading with quite a big margin, and they make another error there in service. Ball goes out of court, and it's just now 5 points. Prisons Nairobi with the service. It's Matiko there, decides not to jump serve. Amon picks it up easily, and again that middle block doesn't work for Prisons, and it's back to that 6 point lead for AP Kenya.
Clearly it has
Cosma Store.
6 points is quite a number considering they've gotten to the 20-point mark. It's going to be difficult to recover from that. With AP looking for just 5 points to get this set, another careless mistake, a serve out of court. Probably
That is the second consecutive one for AP Kenya. Vincent Kirwa goes to serve. Is it Vincent Kirwa? And then they make a change.
A
Prisons
substitution
Nairobi.
with Taban coming out.
Taban steps out.
And Mike replacing him. Quite a young player, that one for Nairobi Prisons, trying to build his a touch out.
That very easy touch out.
As long as you get that point, it does not matter. Narrowing the scores to 4 points to the end of this set. Nairobi Prisons struggled from behind, 6 points to get to actually 21. Then another 4 points to finish the point. So it's a case of getting a point and 1 for 1. Each point getting a point. Each team getting a point. That will assure AP Kenya of the win in this set. It's a very powerful service from AP Kenya.
another 5 points difference between the two teams. AP Kenya with that other change. Mwendwa goes out.
Will they narrow the cup? Let's wait and see.
Oh,
Outside
another
again.
expensive error.
Well, they seems to have resigned to the fate
Of
this set.
that this set is already gone. So
Looking at the points and realizing that, wow, it's going to take a lot to recover from that. But it's never over until it's over. Trying with the left hand, unfortunately, I would say that is purely nerves. Considering the fact that he's not a player that has been on court, at least for the league matches for a while now. He's trying to build his confidence in playing. And it takes a lot. It takes quite a lot. 3-man block
Matiko
from
there.
the PA.
goes
Baraza
out again.
attempting
Will
to
it go to
pull
Mike?
it from
No.
the center. Well, ball control.
Amon
seems to be a
goes
problem.
up for it. Mike
They miss
goes
it
attacks.
outside. Again, the nerves come into play.
Set
Trying
point
to
for
come
AP
down,
Kenya.
Unfortunately,
It's going to be a 1-1 shortly.
quite a margin this set. 8 points
Yeah,
ahead.
it is.
Prison
I think,
seems
like you
to
say, they have resigned to the fate of,
the fate of this set. Probably trying to plan ahead for the next set.
Out, Brian Baraza
Brian
jumps
attempting
up
to
for
attack.
it. Daniel Kipto sends it back, and of course he's penalized for that.
Is it a net touch?
No, 4 touches.
4 touches, a double touch on the part of the setter.
Yeah.
Good service, Brian Baraza, and it's outside. Literally
So it's over.
costing them a set.
So you see, if we'll actually have a look at this in the points, and you'll see that the errors from service especially are going to be a lot for. Actually, there are many errors on either side of that net in terms of those service errors. So we'll just have a look at that shortly. The
And
second set ends with AP Kenya leading this with 25 points against Prisons Nairobi's 17. So yeah, like you said, this it's just like the match has started all over again. We do not know how it will go from here on, if Prisons Nairobi are going to pull up their socks and get back to this match, because really they sort of gave up midway, and AP Kenya of course took advantage of that and came down guns blazing. They have been able to win this with a beautiful margin, quite a comfortable margin there for them, so no pressure. We're just reminding you that this is coming to you live courtesy of Trailblazers and Mafro Sports. Here are the points for that set that has just ended. Of course, AP Kenya have won it, 25 points versus 17 for Prisons Nairobi. Points from attack are 11 for AP and 7 for Prisons Nairobi. 1 in terms of the blocking defense for AP Kenya. There's none for Prisons Nairobi. Service aces, of course, AP Kenya have that. And you see here, in terms of opponent errors, like I said, AP Kenya have gained more points compared to Prisons Nairobi. So it is clear that those mistakes that we've talked about here are really expensive mistakes, and they have cost this team this time round. In the first set, of course, it cost AP Kenya, but right now it has cost Prisons Nairobi, and it's 1-1 at the end of the second set. So stay tuned. Do not just go too far. We are going to continue updating you even on the other game between GSU and Prisons Kenya. We are going to take a short break for a short commercial, but we'll be back with more action. Welcome back, karibu sana, asanteni sana kwa kuungana nasi. Willy Wambua unasema unatutazama kutoka Konza City. Alfred Kisengere unasema unapenda jinsi ambavyo timu zote mbili zinapigana. Hope Zawadi unasema we are missing Muema for this tournament. So Flo, that is another observation ambayo Hope Zawadi anaifanya pale. Meli unasema you see Nairobi Prisons coming back, and if they close that gap they will carry the day. Well, the third set has just started, na iwapo ndio unaungana nasi, kumbuka hii ni tournament ambayo inaitwa Paul BITOK International Volleyball Tournament, na hii ni siku ya pili, na tournament hii inaandaliwa hapa NYAYO Stadium kule Ulinzi Complex pia pale Lang'ata, na pia kwenye uga wa Kasarani. Na kwa hivyo endelea kuungana nasi, tutakuletea michuano hii moja kwa moja kwa hisani ya Trailblazers Volleyball Club na Mafro Sports. Brian Melu unauliza kuhusu GSU, tutakujuza hivi karibuni, lakini kwa sasa Prisons wanaongoza kwa seti mbili. Tutakujuza jinsi ambavyo hiyo inaendelea muda wote kuanzia sasa. George Kamunya unasema when is Prisons versus GSU? It is actually going on as we speak. Now we will let you know how the scores are going, but so far we are aware that Kenya Prisons is leading with 2 sets, GSU 0.
And also George Kamunya, yes. The climax of the games will be at Kasarani Indoor Arena tomorrow. So make time and come and watch all these teams we are talking about in action at NYAYO, at Kasarani Indoor Arena. Looking at the score margin right now, AP again is leading 2 points ahead.
2 points,
just
yeah.
like the first set. Seems to be a tactic of theirs, staying ahead. Whether they finish ahead is a story for another day.
Lexi Ruto, we cannot do the live for GSU because of course we are stationed here at the NYAYO stadium, but of course if they proceed to the next stage, then we will bring you all the matches that will be played tomorrow, from the semis and some of the quarterfinals for the ladies, from the Kasarani Indoor Arena. So tomorrow of course we got you covered, but we have a reporter on the ground letting us know what is happening there in real time, and we'll keep updating you. Eric Mwikia unasema Nairobi Prisons need to check on their libero. Anasema wacheze bila libero. Well, let us see how that is going to turn out, but I don't think they are going to play without him, because in the first set he actually played well. There's an issue with the exception there. Vincent Kirwa going in hard. Of course he assumed that that ball had gone over the net, and of course it lands back in his court. Karibu sana Kamunya, karibu Kasarani kesho. We will have quite the action there. The first timeout by Prisons Nairobi. Of course they are trailing with 5 points.
They definitely
Again.
seems to have slowed down in their performance. The tactician, Sol, wondering what is happening. They displayed quite an exemplary performance in the first set, giving them an upper hand, and that seems to be slowly sliding out of their hands.
And you can see the coach there asking them why they can't actually receive that ball and get it to the setter there, Brian Barasa, so that then he can make the decision on how that is going to be played. Stanley Kimanzi unasema uko locked kutoka pale Kikuyu. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Na iwapo basi hauja subscribe kwa hii channel, unaendelea kukosa mambo ambayo tunaendelea kupeperusha moja kwa moja kutoka nyuga hizi. Kwa hivyo kumbuka ya kwamba kesho tutakuwa pale Kasarani kukuletea mechi hizi za Paul BITOK International Volleyball Tournament, na itakuwa imefikia kiwango ambacho hutaki kukosa. Kwa hivyo hakikisha kwamba iwapo uko Nairobi, fika pale kwenye uga wa Kasarani, na iwapo pia hautakuwa, we got you covered, kwa sababu tutakuletea mechi hizo moja kwa moja pamoja na mwenzangu hapa Florence Bosire. Stanley unauliza what time is TVC playing? TVC will be playing later in the afternoon against Equity Bank. Kwa hivyo hiyo pia ni mechi ya kukata na shoka ambayo hutaki kukosa. Rotich, asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Selina unauliza kama Rwanda Air ulifika. Hawakuweza kufika kwa sababu ya maadhimisho ya ile inaitwa Kwibuka 29, ni kukumbuka tu kumbukumbu ya ile mambo ambayo ilifanyika kule nchini Rwanda. Kwa hivyo hawakuweza kufika huku kushiriki katika michuano hii. Mfalme from Makindu Makueni, karibu sana Kings kwa kuungana nasi leo.
Seems to be a major problem at Nairobi Prisons camp. What is happening? They seem to have slowed down in their performance.
That ball goes off.
Went across the net.
Yeah, but the referee there disagrees.
Decides. In the end, the referee's decision is final.
It's final. Yeah, Matiko could not agree with it, but
the much needed point. Are they going to make a comeback? Seems that like they've lost something in the past. One set? Something.
It's just the zeal that they had.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
And thinking that by getting the first set that will build their momentum, it seems to be working entirely opposite.
Yeah, even you see the confidence that Matiko had in, throwing that ball up and doing that jump service. He's now just decided to float it away. Like you're saying, there's just something that is missing. Well, Rotich anakusikia hapa ameketi anacheka hata anashangaa. Eliakim Ameda unasema hii imeenda. There's a net touch by AP there. and that point goes to the Prisons Nairobi side.
AP having a very comfortable lead, 11-5.
Oh,
making it
quite
very
a margin
difficult.
there.
It seems
6
that-
points lead. Kirwa with the service there. Amon Kipchirchir picks it. Play hard, goes out of play.
Well, seems like the coach Nairobi Prisons seemed to have made a change in the center block and the starting lineup. We had seen Mwendwa starting on the front court in the previous sets. This time round, there's a change, trying to solidify that block. The attacks missing. Both teams also not having
Again,
solid blocks.
yes, that is well done Kipchirchir there for AP Kenya.
Finally,
Beautifully played. Again, using the hands of that blocking defense there. Kipkorir Victor, unasema unatazama kutoka Kericho and you wish AP Kenya the very best. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Somebody else making the observation about Mwema. Mwatu Masai.
AP lacks energy of Mwema, but all the best AP Kenya. Like we had earlier
That's
mentioned,
another rally in the making. Of course, well done. And of course, it seems that he
seems to have
stepped
been
on the line.
Yes, he attacked
And,
from the front court.
Yet he is
He's a
at
backcourt
the
player.
yeah.
Well, Mwema, his absence in the pitch today isn't quite a good thing, especially considering that he has been bereaved. We send our condolences, heartfelt condolences to the family, and we pray that he will be back stronger and better. Young faces in Nairobi Prisons team.
Matiko there
Seeming
out
was
of position.
confused, huh?
And the coach having a conversation with him. That gap has grown to 10 points, by the way. AP Kenya leading with 15 points. Prisons Nairobi still at 5 points.
Could they have decided to let go of this match?
Well, if they resign to that fate, then it's going to happen.
It is going to happen.
It is going to happen because AP Kenya have their guns blazing, just raring for that win. Matiko plays it easy. It costs him because Amon Kipchirchir is not taking chances.
Amon trying to kill it, like you're being too soft. Let's kill
And
this.
you can see Matiko is a backcourt player as it stands, and the fact that he decided to just place that, you see, it has come back hot
and fast fast. Well,
Libero, somebody was talking about it. Well,
point.
another point, and then it means that gap has grown to 11 points. Wale ambao walikuwa wanasema hii imeenda ni kama kwamba kweli imeenda. Another service for AP Kenya. Daniel Kipto there wreaking havoc in the well done Kipchirchir using the hands of Mwendwa there, going in hard. Eliakim anasema kamera moja iende kule KDF Ulinzi Complex. Tutaona jinsi ya kufanya hivyo, lakini even if that is to happen right now, I think that match is almost over. Well, assuming that Prisons Kenya maintains that lead, and if they win that third set, then of course it will be a humiliating defeat and a humiliating exit for GSU.
Both teams are quite a force to reckon, and that must really be a thriller match. We apologize we cannot bring it live to you.
But tomorrow,
we promise to bring
tomorrow
even
confirmed.
more and better.
So tomorrow we are looking at, on the ladies' side, we are looking at matches like Pipeline versus Prisons Kenya in the semi-finals. We are looking at probably DCI versus KCB as well. And then, of course, whatever happens next, you are certain that it will be a thrilling experience. And in the finals or the semi-finals for men, we are expecting matches like KPA and KDF, for instance. We do not know how that will happen for GSU if they do not win. But of course, Prisons Nairobi will be there Trailblazers might be there. Equity Bank might be there. Of course, so we wait for what will happen this afternoon between Trailblazers and Equity Bank, so that at least we will comfortably tell you who will be in that stage of the competition tomorrow. Matiko goes hard and wins that point. You can see Vincent Kirwa encouraging him there. So GSU, there's an update from the Kenya Prisons versus GSU match. GSU have won the third set, 25-20, 26-24. A repeat of the second set.
A repeat of the second set.
Like I said, it's not over until it's over.
It's not over until it's over.
Prisons Kenya better watch their back, because GSU are good with the comeback.
They are.
So yes, that match, for those who are asking, GSU have won the third set by 26 points to 24, and so that match continues to play.
Quite
And
possible that may end up in a
we might actually have a 5-set thriller there. Quite unfortunate that we cannot be able to bring you that, but we are going to have a little bit more action, even more thrilling matches tomorrow. So yeah, just keep it here. We'll continue letting you know what's happening over there.
Well, AP Kenya seems to have a very comfortable lead.
19-8 is quite something there.
So trying to make some changes there, trying to see whether these changes bring results. And again, it's possible that a player that is outside might be having the good luck for the match.
Might be the game changer there.
Also,
Matiko,
being
that easy
new
block.
faces on court, they may be difficult to tame, considering they're not regulars. So AP are not familiar with their way of play. Let's wait to see whether that plays out for Nairobi Prisons. Again, like you always say, it's not over
until it's over. Eric Mwike, you are predicting that it will be 3-1 in favor of AP. Let's wait and see. We can only... Oh, that was a pretty easy point to give away, really. The Prisons Nairobi side. And AP Kenya go to serve. It's now 11 points between the two teams, of course, with AP Kenya in the lead. And they go to serve. Nicely picked up by the libero there. Oh, I take back my words.
Could it be that
Daniel Kipto and that was a solid block.
Trying attempts to make a
beautifully
comeback,
solid block there.
It's going to be quite a challenge. 10 points ahead is quite a challenge to make a comeback. It is possible, but it's going to be difficult. Now, in this case, having AP Kenya having stepped onto the 20-point margin, 20 points, they're looking for 5 points to finish this match.
Prisons are looking for 15.
That's quite a challenge.
Eliakim, be kind tafadhali. Unasema Nairobi Prisons watoleo wote hawafanyi kitu. Wow, well done Kipchirchir there for AP Kenya with a beautiful kill there. He was only left with one blocker, and of course he goes reins that in hard, and of course back to 11 points difference. Cecilia Taka
asking where the finals for men will be held tomorrow. That will be in the Kasarani Indoor Arena. Make sure to come and witness the beautiful game that is volleyball. Beautiful serve from AP Kenya's
that is well done Kipchirchir, which gives them the 22-10 mark. 22-10, 12 points.
A decline.
They're going to make a change again. They're going to make a change. The AP Kenya side reinforcing the blocking defense.
Terrible reception.
Terrible reception.
The coach's way of resting his main players by bringing in a whole new body. We can see the only person
resting them for what?
Resting them for the next set.
Oh, you are saying AP?
No, Nairobi Prisons. There's been an overhaul of substitution of most players who have started.
But if they lose this game, then they're not proceeding
They're
to the
not
next
proceeding
level.
to the next level.
So there is no point in resting anyone.
There's no point in resting anyone.
Yeah. So yeah, Cecilia, karibu sana Kasarani kesho, and it's not the finals for men only. So final for both the men and women games. So you want to be there. You really want to be there to witness greatness.
23-11.
23-11, another 12-point difference.
Nairobi
And,
will need a
Matiko-
miracle.
Matiko goes to serve. Again, the confidence he had in the first set is long gone. That is Cosmas Store. With an easy point taking AP Kenya to set point.
At 24-11.
Yeah, 13 points. Quite a comfortable lead for AP Kenya.
And quite a disappointment for Nairobi Prison's
You can
side.
see the confidence that they have, yeah?
Considering
they
how
have nothing to lose, really.
They
At 24, 11, so
and
24-12.
seemed to have
The
rested
half-point
too
mark.
much.
There is Prisons Nairobi.
Let's see whether they at least work
Get
on
to
the
15.
set margins
Ah,
and the score margins. That
That-
comes into play when it comes to the ratio. You never give up. You might have a good stake in the next match you play, and you want to sort out the scores as much as possible. And it's over.
One-man
It's
block.
over 25-12 by Sang. Very tall player there. And moving on, after taking that set, let's see what
seems
to
Mwakia,
expect.
Mwikia said 3-1 in favor of AP Kenya.
There's
is going
actually
to happen.
another set.
But like I usually say here, it's not over until it's over. It's possible that Prisons Nairobi will come back, just the way GSU Kenya have GSU have come back to win that set, and it's 2-1. It's possible that it's going to 5 sets that match. So we wait and we'll keep you guys updated as far as that match is
that
concerned.
is the end of the third set, with AP Kenya taking it 25-12 against Nairobi Prisons. The margins for Nairobi Prisons seem to be deteriorating with every set. Second set, they lost 25-17, looking a bit promising. This time 25-12, looking rather discouraging for them with their attacks. AP had 13, Nairobi Prisons 5 blocks. Again, both teams not quite impressive, with 2 for AP Kenya and Nairobi Prisons 1. Services, and a bit of improvement considering the careless mistakes we had in the first set. Services, AP having 2. Prisons none,
errors,
also,
yeah,
and
well.
opposites error. Nairobi Prisons 6 and AP Kenya 8. Quite not quite a big margin there. Seems to have AP seems to have improved drastically in their attacks.
Yep.
And that is the points that that their point of gaining points in this set. Very discouraging again for Nairobi Prisons. 12 points barely existing in the statistics. What they've got in the statistics barely non-existent. It's basically half of literally what AP Kenya got. Well, we're coming to you live from the NYAYO National Stadium Indoor Arena, where there's a match going on between AP Kenya and Nairobi Prisons. AP Kenya leading by 2-1 against Nairobi Prisons. The match going on at Langata Barracks, whereby GSU is facing Kenya Prisons leading 2-1. Could it be the opposite of what is happening?
Yeah, it definitely is. And what you're seeing on your screen right now are the exclusive collection of our sports kit, Trailblazers sports kit. So choose your favorite and place your order and it will be delivered to you wherever you are in this beautiful country of ours. And remember, this coverage is coming to you live courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. And we'll continue keeping you updated on what's happening here, what's happening at the Kasarani Indoor Arena, as well as the Ulinzi Complex in Langata. We are going to the fourth set here in the match between Prisons Nairobi and the administration police side. Of course, AP Kenya leading with 2-1. That match is going to serve the final, the fourth set is going to start in just a bit. So again, just keep it here. Let us know where you're watching from, how you are spending your Easter, and remember to share the link to the other volleyball fans that you know, so that we are able to all enjoy this beautiful, beautiful game, courtesy, of course, of Trailblazers and Mafro Sports.
Prisons players trying to strategize, having a pep talk, trying to figure out what is going wrong. We need to do something about this. AP looking rather comfortable and confident in their lead. Again, anything is possible. You can it is possible to finish this game with a 5-set thriller. We don't know how this will end in the game of volleyball. Again, it is never time, so the longer the better.
They really have to work on those errors, Prisons Nairobi, if they're going to make a difference in this fourth set and come back, like you're saying, to make this a 5-set thriller. Otherwise, if we continue to see those service errors, then of course AP Kenya are going to maximize on those mistakes, and they're going to win this in a comfortable 3-1 finish. So really, let's see what's going to happen here.
Service for
Back to their service.
Beautifully received, Daniel BITOK.
Oh, Amon Kipchirchir is on fire.
He's back.
Yeah, and you see the fact that he's really swinging in and going in hard. It's also sending a signal to the Prisons Nairobi side. And if, they at any point of the match, oh well, it's even cut me short in whatever I was going to say. Those service errors are back.
Quite disappointing to see such errors during matches. The importance of a service, the need for it to either gain a point. Brian Baraza seems to be doing quite the opposite of what his counterpart setter Daniel Kipchirchir has just done. Let's see whether he's going to maintain that. Looking, this set looking good for them. In the beginning, as you see.
What do you think is going to happen?
An early lead. I am confident. I am confident it's possible to get a 5-setter in this game. Very possible.
Of course, Matiko there.
There's been mixed
that easy point. And
performance
the
in both teams. AP starting slow and gearing up. And Nairobi Prisons is also capable of doing the same. If AP Kenya are not careful about it.
There's a net touch.
There's a net touch. Still Nairobi Prisons leading with 3 points to 2. 1 point ahead.
It is Amon Kipchirchir there.
Amon serving.
You can see the coach having a... He hasn't,
So,
but on the attacks, he's been really good.
He has delivered on the attacks.
Kipchirchir with the service, the libero, of course. Are we going to see a change in the libero for Nairobi Prisons, do you think?
Well, during this match, considering how both liberos play and their experience in the match, I don't think we'll be seeing any change as of now.
So they have Felix Musyoki, I think, and James Kimwele.
James Kimwele is a former left attacker, also a right attacker. So it's quite a transition that is doing right now in the libero position. The regular libero player, who is Wasike, is away because he was bereaved. Again, condolences to the family.
Yeah.
He lost his father sometime a few weeks ago. So I think he's still in the morning period. That's why he's missing in action. That is a well-trained libero that has held his team for a while now. But again, in his absence, life has to go on.
That was building up into a beautiful rally, that one.
It was.
And Matiko has received that ball twice. In the first one, of course, Daniel Kiptoo picks it up easily with his left hand, but the second one, there's a huge rebounds, but there was nobody to pick it up. So again, the backcourt formation there has an issue. Again, you can see that from the libero there.
A lot of challenge in the backcourt defense and reception.
Well done. Of course, going for the kill.
Well done, well done.
That was a beautiful, sensational finish from Daniel Kiptoo, of course, yeah. Sang was swinging in there in the middle, but of course he decides to play on the flanks with Weldon Kipchirchir there, jumping really high and bringing that ball down really fast. There's a gap in between
difficult to contain.
Cosma Store there and Sang.
And
of course, Matiko takes advantage of that.
Tie.
Well, at least there's something. That's quite something for this set, yeah?
There is something. Again,
that
it's
huge
gap
gap
to get a 5-setter in this match. Also, beautiful to see that the crowd is slowly building up. Seems like by the end of the day, we're going to have even more people present.
Cosmos Store there, raining in hard. Once again, you can see the engine of the team.
The engine of the team is
rolling here.
What Kenyans like to say, engineering. Yeah. Clearly. And a good attempt.
Really well, but again, the infrastructure here.
The infrastructure proving to be a disadvantage for AP Kenya, but a beautiful reception by the libero.
That was also a beautiful kill from
it was.
For the Nairobi prison side. Matiko hasn't yet gotten his confidence back. Well done, Kipchirchir is left alone.
Well done, Kipchirchir.
And that guy is having a field day here.
He is having a field day. He's got his confidence back after...
Look at that.
You have to love the way the center is playing.
Yeah.
You want a center who can split the blocks as much as possible. That makes it easy for the attacker to make a kill because there will be no resistance from the opposite side. Also a disadvantage for the opposite side if the center from the opponent side is quite good. There's going to be a lot of confusion.
That agility really is confusing the blocking defense there.
And building up the confidence.
Vincent Kirwa sees that really terribly. That margin has started to grow now.
Broadening the margin. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. This is tentatively the last set if AP takes it. If
back to their 3-point
Nairobi Prisons take it, then we're going to have the fifth decider set. Kipchirchir, let's see whether they kill it.
And of course,
good attack.
That is a good finish. That is a good finish by Kip Kogenitso for Prisons Nairobi. Vincent Kirwa goes to serve. It's only 2 points between the two teams.
There's still hope for recovery.
Yep.
If they keep up
anything is possible.
The tempo.
Cosma Store picks it. Kirwa.
Daniel.
Sang. This time round playing the flanks.
Whoa.
Whoa. Amon Kiptoo going hard on the libero here. Matiko picking it.
Let's see whether he kills
it. It is Amon again, and this time around that ball
does it
did not cross
it
that.
did not cross the net.
And so Amon Kiptoo in that spike there really hit hard. And the libero was still able to pick it up, and the second one, of course, fails to cross the net. That point goes to Prisons Nairobi. It's only 1 point difference. Vincent Kirwa still with the service. Nicely picked up, and Daniel Kiptoo plays with it, takes it to Amon Kipchirchir. The slow reaction by Vincent Kirwa at the backcourt there sees to it that they lose that point. AP Kenya back to their 2-point lead. If that margin continues to grow, then we are going to see what we've seen in the previous 2 sets. And of course, AP Kenya will win this. There's an error in service again.
If we decided to take the statistics of cumulative errors in service in this particular match, I think the number will be very high.
Yeah.
Most teams gaining, the winning teams have gained a lot of points from their opposite side services. A lot of errors in service. Good rebounds play. Let's see, Batiko. And it's a one-man block. One-man block.
Says no, you have to do something better than that. As
one
long
man
as
block.
I'm here, you're not going to go through.
You're not going to go through the net.
Tico is arrested there by Amon Kipchirchir. The confidence that he exudes, Amon, is really evident. Daniel Kipchirchir with that service. Of course, it is over-received. He runs there to set it.
Again.
Not quite. But of course, well done Kipchirchir, playing his part in ensuring that that gap continues to widen.
And indeed it does.
The engine of the team comes straight from service, runs deep into the middle, tries to set it both sides. Again, he keeps the game moving. Yeah?
The aspect of speed is very important for the setter, because he literally operates from the backcourt and the front court of the field. You have to have accuracy, you have to have speed, and you have to be quite clever, especially when you sense the opponents are sleeping, so to speak.
The team manager, I think, Leonard Koech, you're saying you wish your team the very best, Team AP, and you're wishing them a happy Easter. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Ramadan Musyoki, you are watching from Kitui. You're saying AP is strong, lakini Prisons pia ni team yenu. So may the best team win from you, I guess is what you're trying to say. Who is this that is playing really well for Prisons Nairobi? Donning jersey number 7, I think. No, it's 1 actually. Jersey number 1 for Prisons Nairobi.
Jersey number 1 for Prisons Nairobi is Emmanuel Kipkosgei. A new face.
Yeah.
Not quite regular in the
See what Daniel is doing?
Daniel
See what Daniel Kipto is doing with well done Kipchirchir there. The blocking defense were anticipating the attack from another direction.
It's really important to have a setter that is well dependable for any team. It doesn't matter whether the attacks are strong or not, but if you have a good setter, then it creates a higher and bigger chance for you to make points, whether you're attacking or you're not, because it causes a lot of confusion in the opposite side. Well set for...
Well, there is some news here.
A lot of surprising news from...
So Prisons actually leading, they're at set point, and GSU is at 19, so it seems that Prisons might just win this. That will be a humiliating defeat for GSU.
A humiliating defeat, considering they walk away without... It is a knockout. They walk out of that match without a point.
It is actually done, and Prisons Kenya win that match.
3-1.
It's a 3-1 defeat. Well, 3-1 win for Prisons Kenya.
For Prisons and
a defeat for GSU. So if you are going to be in Kasarani tomorrow, you will not see the...
Well, the semi-finals, I'm made to understand, will be in NYAYO National Stadium.
Okay.
The men's semi-final that will involve Prisons Kenya against... we are yet to find out who is going to meet Prisons Kenya, because the group matches are still continuing here at the NYAYO National Stadium. A very good day at work for Prisons Kenya.
Yeah. And that's such a good comeback.
It's been a while.
Considering they lost in the group stage, and they have been able to kick out GSU in such a beautiful manner. So we wait to see. I mean, they will be in the finals. It's just them to decide now.
It is them to
Yeah,
decide.
because
and
now we have KPA or KPA. There's the option of
TVC or
TVC or
Equity.
Equity. There's KDF. Yeah.
there's also KDF. KDF having much of a challenge because the event is actually happening at their background. You do not want to lose when you're at home.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming most of the fans are KDF's fans. So a lot
tomorrow-
of pressure upon.
Or even actually, yeah, tomorrow we are going to see. Of course, in the afternoon we'll know who will proceed to the semi-finals from the matches that are going to be played in the afternoon between KPA and the other ones between TVC and Equity Bank. But we'll definitely know who will be playing in the semis by the end of today. So stay tuned.
Natazama kutoka Dodoma, Tanzania. Kazi nzuri sana kwa Seta Dani wa APK. Asante sana kwa kujiunga nasi.
Yes, and Daniel Amudavi unasema you are watching from Meru, and your prediction is that it will be 3-1 in favor of AP. The Nairobi Prisons Libero is not functioning totally. I think those are sentiments that a lot of people here in the comment sections agree with. And of course, you've heard the news about the new development in the game between GSU and Prisons Kenya. Prisons Kenya have won that game with 3 sets to 1, and it therefore means that GSU Kenya have been eliminated successfully from the competition. So we wait to see who Kenya Prisons will meet in the semis, and so this competition actually gotten even more interesting with the elimination of GSU, and so it means that there's still opportunity for the other teams to play, and tomorrow is going to be quite exciting, to say the least.
Brian Meli imeenda.
Imeenda Brayo.
Imeenda. But you live to fight another day.
I know wherever you are, Brian, you wish that you were at home.
I know you
to
wish
support
you were
your
at home.
team.
But win some and we lose some.
Exactly. Hiyo ndio hali ya game. Yeah? Hali ya game iko namna hiyo. Kwa hivyo
well, AP Kenya leading 3 points ahead. Now 4 points against Nairobi Prisons. Seems to be the last set of the match. They seem to have lost tact in this match, save from the first set. And looking at the score margin at the first set, we can see that Prisons won it 25-23, so it just slipped out of AP Kenya's hands, and they've not made a comeback from that set.
Hapa kwa comment section kumechemka, mambo yamechemka hapa. Eliaki Mameda unasema Prisons Kenya carries the day. Yes. They have beaten GSU Kenya 3 points to 1. Again here Daniel Kipto is really having a field day with his counterpart there, Weldon Kipchirchir, who seems to be on fire. Brian Meli says he has a tough semi-final tonight. That is in Tunisia.
Yes,
yeah,
Tunis.
We pray for you, wishing you the very best.
We definitely wish you the best.
Kila laheri Meli when you play that semi-final.
Frederick Mwendwa, any updates for Equity versus Kenya Army? Well, Equity won that match.
Okay.
3-0 against Kenya Army, so that's a plus for Equity.
And so they meet Trailblazers in the afternoon?
Well, the matches today are we are stationed at NYAYO National Stadium. There are matches happening at Langata Barracks. There are also matches happening at the Kasarani Indoor Arena, and the climax of the events will be tomorrow at the Kasarani Indoor Arena. The semi-finals for the men's side will also be happening at Kasarani.
I think one of them will be happening here, and
yes,
then the rest.
In the interest of time, I think.
Yes, so that also the semis are played for the ladies at Kasarani, and then we can all go there. But we'll confirm that before the end of the day for you,
subject to confirmation,
so that you are able to know.
And
but certainly, the finals will be played at the Kasarani Indoor Arena
in the afternoon.
You can be sure about that,
yes.
Kamunya.
We will keep you updated of any changes that may have happened or come up in the course of the day, because again this is subject to the finishing of the matches that are happening today. We cannot move on to the next stage if the ones that are still pending are still ongoing. So like I said, subject to confirmation.
What is the next match that we're anticipating? I think Kenya Pipeline.
We are looking.
Kenya Ports Authority.
Kenya Ports Authority will be playing.
Well, we'll confirm that. But the one that I certainly know is the quarterfinals between Equity Bank and Trailblazers. Of course, we'll bring you that live because it's playing here at the NYAYO Indoor Arena. Kelvin Mwangi unasema unaenjoy hiyo game ukiwa nyumbani. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. And yes, this game is just about to end.
Engineer Eric Mwikia. Ali, congratulations for MP Kenya. It's not over until it's over.
Not over until it's over, mate.
As predicted, a 3-1 win. It's possible.
It's possible that they're going to win this,
it's also possible that they may make a comeback.
It's real.
So,
unlikely, but
Nairobi Prisons looking a bit confused there. A service for AP Kenya, I think. They look rather confident, like looking forward to winning this set and moving forward to the next stage. Quite not the performance I expected from Nairobi Prisons, given how they've been performing of late in the National League.
Given the way they started,
and the way they started, they have to have lost. They seem to have
decides
lost.
Not to set it. Goes for the kill himself.
That's the beauty of being both an attacker and a setter.
Yes.
And having the roots that he has, right?
So
the
he
father
decides
being
he's going to finish that, and he does it beautifully. Now it is 16 points for AP Kenya and 22. Is it 22 or 23?
Actually,
23
for AP, 23 for AP, and 16 for Nairobi Prisons.
Wekesa comes back to replace Daniel Kipto. Somebody in the audience is actually saying he, man.
Not quite sure.
Wekesa and
set point.
Well done to Chirchir.
Looking at
the
despite
referee
the
is not yet decided.
contention,
He's already made up his mind. That point goes to AP Kenya.
Complaint
it's
from
of course a set point. Brian Barasa does not agree with him. He's saying that ball went outside of the antenna.
And the antenna represents, for those of us who don't understand, the antenna actually represents the limit to which the court goes. It signifies the outside line or the margin that separates the inside and the outside of the court. And if a ball touches the antenna, it is automatically considered to be outside the court.
The referee is there having a conversation.
Is it going to be a common ball? Definitely a common ball. Well, that challenge is accepted by the referee. Prisons have a second chance of redeeming themselves. And the captain serves Brian Baraza.
Yes, with that.
And another point. 17-23. AP looking for 2 points to finish this. Nairobi Prisons trying hard to catch up. Oh, and it's quite...
Number 16 for AP Kenya is Kelvin Musyoka. He's actually the brother to Mike, who came in for AP Kenya. For
Prisons Kenya.
Prisons.
Oh, so now it's a family affair.
I think he was wearing jersey number, let me see.
Number 4, if I'm not wrong. Well, that is subject to confirmation again. Kelvin Mwangi, so unfair, so unfortunate. We've lost Salimia Bosire, the Bosire Kenya Prisons, for those of us who are asking. Well, I believe salamu zimemfikia. Thank you for being a good sport and accepting defeat. Centrin says he imeenda. Wacha tuone scores zitaisha aje ndio tujue kama imeenda.
Suma anasema yes, you have been beaten mercilessly by Prisons Kenya. Yes, we confirm that. And that set is That set is gone.
It's gone, and it's a
And
win
that
for AP.
match
A
is
3-1,
an
a 3-1 win against Nairobi Prisons.
Cosma still finishes that beautifully.
He does finish beautifully. Well, it's quite the challenge. Not quite the performance again we had anticipated in this match, but unfortunately, they've lost again their counterparts. Actually, Kenya Prisons men holding the flag high for their sisters at Kasarani, who had unfortunately lost to KCB. And also their brothers who have just lost to AP Kenya.
Yeah.
But it's quite a good day and a win, and I'm sure they're happy
So
about
is it also
it.
fair to say AP Kenya is also flying the flag high for their comrades, GSU?
Well, not sure how those two are connected, but I will assume that they have.
No, they are under the police.
They are
right?
under, all these teams are under
Yeah?
the
Oh, yeah.
National Police Service, just
Well.
different sectors. But AP is more of GSU than prisons. So this is basically a family affair, and so was the game at Langata.
Yes.
Yes.
So those are the points. Points from the attacks are 14 for AP Kenya and 10 for Prisons Nairobi. 3 from blocks. Service aces points and for AP Kenya 2 versus the 1 point for Prisons Nairobi. And of course, Prisons Nairobi have more opponent errors. I mean, points from opponent errors are 6 for AP Kenya and 8 for Prisons Nairobi. That has been it for Prisons and AP Kenya. Of course, the final score is that AP Kenya have won this game by 3 sets to 1. And thank you, ladies and gents. Those are the set scores scores per set: 25, 23, 17, 25, 12, 25, and then now 19, 25. Of course, the match goes to AP Kenya. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for keeping this interactive. Thank you for commenting and also sharing the link. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more of this action live here from the NYAYO Indoor Gymnasium, and also tomorrow, which is the penultimate day for this Paul BITOK International Volleyball Tournament, live from Kasarani International Stadium. And
it
yes,
is also
Osira?
important to note that there's also a similar competition happening at Kiminini. We will surely be getting the results of the matches happening there. Also, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for making time to join us, to listen to us, to engage us online. Thank you for your constant support during this period, and we promise to keep it locked and keep it Trailblazers.
Definitely. So remember to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you are notified when we go live. I've been your commentator, Emmanuel Yagon, alongside the legendary.
Thank you, Florence Bosire. It's been a pleasure. We love having you. We love you, our fans, and we pray that you keep showing up whenever we have such thrilling matches.
So yeah, just stay around and we'll let you know when, of course, the next match kicks in. Until then, stay safe and keep enjoying your Easter.
Nikajipata